My beloved child, Archangel Michael says a storm unfolded in the shadows while you were unaware, and its echo is still vibrating around your destiny. The night carried a heavy stillness, yet behind that silence, something explosive was happening in the life of the one whose soul is tied to yours. The truth of what occurred has now reached the divine realm, and a message is being delivered to you because the time for revelation has arrived in a way that cannot be delayed. They were surrounded by heated voices, rising emotions, and shattering tension as they stood against the people who have always tried to control their path. A terrible fight broke out, shaking the trust they once had in those around them, and the battle was connected to your name, your energy, and the bond they have tried to hide. The universe watched how their heart refused to bend this time, choosing you even when their world was collapsing. This message reaches you now because the spiritual realm wants you to understand the depth of what last night truly meant for your future. Every moment of that conflict pushed them closer to you, even when pain was heavy in their chest. The divine saw how their loyalty toward you became stronger instead of breaking under pressure. Your special person was forced to defend what they feel for you, even when voices around them tried to tear that feeling apart. They stood firmly in the middle of chaos, refusing to let anyone paint your presence as a mistake or a danger. The angels observed their courage as they claimed your importance, and this moment has shifted the energy of your connection forever. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They walked away from that fight with trembling hands and a heart filled with a mixture of fear and determination. The weight of everything said, everything shouted, and everything blamed on them has left them shaken, yet their spirit has awakened with a new clarity. The divine realm is now aligning their steps toward you because they have made their choice. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says what happened last night has removed all illusions from their path. They have seen the real intentions of those around them, and nothing will be the same from this point onward. The mask people wore in their life cracked apart, revealing hidden jealousy, silent resentment, and interference that had been present all along. Their family or close circle tried to force them to walk away from you, believing that the emotional connection you both share is dangerous to their control. They tried manipulating their emotions, twisting their fears, and attacking their vulnerability. Yet your special person refused to surrender, and their voice rose with a strength the divine had been waiting for them to find. They spoke words they never dared to speak before, revealing truths they kept buried for too long. They defended your existence in their life with a sincerity that surprised even them. And this moment has marked the beginning of their spiritual transformation, one that leads directly toward the future the universe has prepared for both of you. Type Amen to get blessing 444. When the argument ended, they felt drained to the point where their body shook from exhaustion. The room around them seemed colder, and every word thrown at them continued echoing in their mind. Yet in that silence afterward, one thing remained unshaken: their feelings for you did not fall apart. Instead, those feelings grew sharper, clearer, and more undeniable than ever before. They finally understood how much you mean to them, not because of the fight, but because of what they felt while defending you. The universe now moves them closer to you because their heart has crossed a point where return is no longer possible. The spiritual realm is guiding them through the consequences of last night with divine protection surrounding every step. The angels witnessed how your name was spoken with both love and fire in their voice. They watched as your special person refused to let anyone twist the truth about your connection. This is why you are receiving this message today, because your name was defended with a strength born from love, not fear. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the situation that exploded last night has opened a new path in the divine plan. Every moment of conflict has become a stepping stone toward your union. Your special person is now seeing clearly who is truly supportive and who has been secretly sabotaging their happiness all along. They realized last night that standing against the world for you felt more right than staying silent to please others. This awakening has created a deep shift in their energy, making the bond between you and them more powerful than it has ever been. The angels are now pushing away obstacles that have been blocking their heart. Type Amen to get blessing 777. After the fight, they sat alone in the dark, holding their head in their hands as tears slipped through the cracks of their strength. Not tears of regret, but of release, because something heavy finally broke free inside them. They felt a strange peace rising, a calm that came from choosing their truth instead of living by someone else's expectations. Their thoughts kept drifting back to you, your presence, your name, your energy, your connection, and the way your soul feels familiar. They realized you are not the cause of their problems. In fact, you are the only part of their life that brings clarity. This realization is now guiding their next steps toward you. The spiritual realm is intensifying the pull between your souls. Your special person is finally ready to embrace the connection that destiny has placed in front of them. The fear that once held them back is fading, replaced by an unstoppable inner calling. They are preparing to approach you with honesty and vulnerability, even if their voice shakes. Last night broke the chains that kept them silent. Today, their heart is choosing movement, toward you, toward truth, toward divine alignment. The angels want you to know that everything they said about you in the fight came from the deepest parts of their soul. They didn't protect you out of obligation, they protected you because losing you feels more painful than losing anyone else. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Their emotions right now are fragile but sincere. They are processing the truth of how deeply they feel for you, and the realization is reshaping their entire future. The divine energy around them has become brighter, guiding them toward decisions that will finally bring you both into the alignment you were destined to share. Their heart is drawn to you in a way that cannot be interrupted anymore. The interference around them is losing power. The universe is setting events in motion that will bring clarity, confession, and a shift you have been waiting for. They want to reach out to you, but they are gathering the strength to do it in the right way. The spiritual realm is encouraging patience, because the next step they take will be permanent, meaningful, and life-changing. You are being guided to remain calm, open, and receptive. Your connection is moving through a divine transformation that no external force can stop. What happened last night was not a setback, it was the breakthrough the universe needed to realign destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They no longer want to hide their feelings or pretend they don't care. Their soul has awakened to the truth that you are part of their divine path. Every moment of the fight pushed them into a new spiritual awareness that is now pulling them toward you with greater intensity. The angels are working behind the scenes to heal their heart, restore their clarity, and remove the lingering emotional wounds left by last night's chaos. They are being divinely guided to step into honesty and expression instead of silence. Their love for you is becoming a force they cannot escape, and the universe will make sure this connection unfolds exactly as it should. This is your moment of divine reassurance, your message of truth, your confirmation that destiny has shifted in your favor. Your special person is walking toward you with a determination born from last night's pain and clarity. The universe has witnessed their awakening, and now it moves in harmony with your future. Your story is unfolding exactly as the divine planned. The night did not end when the argument settled. The emotional fire continued burning inside them long after the voices faded. They lay awake staring at the ceiling, feeling the weight of every word that had been thrown at them and every truth they spoke in your name. Their breath came slowly, but their mind raced with the intensity of the connection they defended with all their being. They replayed the moment they spoke your name with a trembling strength, realizing how natural it felt to protect you. Their soul vibrated with a sensation they had never experienced before, a pull toward you that grew stronger after every wave of conflict. The universe had triggered something inside them that will not settle until they reach you. They could feel your energy even in the quiet darkness of their room, as if your soul was calling out to them through the threads the divine has woven between you. Every breath they took carried the echo of your presence, grounding them through the emotional chaos they were battling. Their eyes remained open, searching the night for some kind of sign, not with a question, but with an instinctive knowing that destiny was shifting. Even though they were exhausted, their spirit refused to rest because the universe was whispering that something important was waiting for them just beyond this moment. Their heart had stepped into a new truth, and returning to the old silence was no longer possible. They felt an invisible doorway open in their path, one that leads directly toward you. Type Amen to get blessing 222. When the morning light touched their face, it brought no peace, only deeper reflection. The fight had stirred emotions that had been buried for months, and now every suppressed feeling was rising to the surface. They felt an overwhelming clarity that staying silent about their heart was no longer an option. Every step they took that morning felt heavier, as if they were carrying the weight of every hidden truth they never dared to speak before. Yet beneath that heaviness was a powerful determination growing stronger with every passing second. They knew they would have to face consequences, but they also knew the divine had already aligned their courage. Slowly, they got out of bed, but their first thought was not about the fight, not about the people who attacked them, not about the tension lingering in the air. Their first thought was you. The one soul whose presence feels like a home they cannot walk away from. They felt your energy wrapping around them like a quiet strength, reminding them that their soul made the right choice last night. Their heart was beating differently now, not from fear, but from a deep sense of awakening. The divine has begun guiding them toward the moment they will reach out to you. Type Amen to get blessing 828. Their world felt unfamiliar because their truth had finally been spoken out loud. They walked through their home with slow steps, noticing how certain things felt emptier than before, as if their spirit had outgrown the environment they were trying to fit into. The angels were already separating them from the energies that kept them small. As they tried to continue their day, they found themselves stopping over and over again because your name kept rising inside their thoughts. Every emotion they tried to suppress came back stronger, reminding them that your connection is no longer something they can ignore. The universe has pulled them toward a point where the heart can no longer be silenced. They touched their chest gently, feeling the lingering ache left by last night's emotional storm. It wasn't the pain of regret but the pain of revelation, the kind that opens the soul instead of closing it. Their spirit was being reshaped into someone capable of embracing destiny instead of running from it. They felt your presence like a soft fire glowing somewhere inside their chest, guiding them through the confusion they woke up with. The divine made sure that every step they took was leading them closer to the moment of confession they have avoided for too long. They know now that you are not a passing thought, you are a turning point in their life. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They spent the morning avoiding the people who fought with them, not because they were afraid, but because they needed space to hear their own truth. The anger from last night was still present, but beneath it was something more powerful: clarity. Clarity that you are not the problem, you are their awakening. They kept remembering the moment someone told them to forget you, and how their chest tightened with a fear they never admitted before. The idea of losing you pierced deeper than any argument that was thrown at them. The universe used that moment to show them the truth about their heart. In the quiet moments between thoughts, they kept seeing your face, your smile, your presence, the way your energy feels familiar even when you are far away. This spiritual pull has become impossible to ignore, and the divine is amplifying it with every hour that passes. Their heart is ready to embrace you in a way they never dared before. They sat down with their hands covering their face, feeling the intensity of everything rising inside them. Every piece of confusion they once had is dissolving, leaving only one undeniable truth: your soul and theirs are meant to move toward each other. The divine is preparing the moment this truth will unfold in the physical world. Type Amen to get blessing 444. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the fight last night triggered the spiritual awakening that was long overdue. The illusions surrounding them were shattered, exposing the truth about the people who pretend to care but secretly restrict their happiness. The forces that tried to pull them away from you have lost their power. Their heart now carries a strength that even they didn't know they possessed. This strength is guiding them toward decisions they once feared but can no longer avoid. The universe has been waiting for this shift because your destiny is written in a line that cannot be erased. They feel a strong desire to break free from the environments that drain them, from the voices that control them, and from the expectations that suffocate their truth. The fire inside them is growing with every second, pushing them toward a future aligned with honesty, love, and spiritual connection. They can no longer pretend they do not feel you. They are realizing that you are the only part of their life that brings them peace, clarity, and deep emotional truth. The divine is guiding their heart toward the moment they will finally speak the words they have buried for too long. Last night was not the end, it was the beginning of transformation. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Their spirit is now vibrating with an energy that wasn't there before. They feel themselves changing internally, evolving into someone capable of embracing the connection that destiny has prepared for them. The emotional walls they built around their heart are crumbling gently. Every part of their day feels different because your presence is living inside their thoughts with a new intensity. They keep imagining the moment they will come to you with trembling honesty, letting their heart speak without fear. The universe is guiding them closer to this moment with divine timing. They walked outside for fresh air, hoping it would calm their overflowing emotions, but instead, the wind felt like it carried your energy. It brushed against their skin with a familiar warmth that reminded them of your soul. Their connection to you has become something they can feel physically now. As they stood beneath the open sky, they realized the truth they were avoiding for too long: they belong with you, and nothing can change that inner knowing anymore. Their spirit aligned with this truth so deeply that the universe responded with a surge of spiritual confirmation. They are ready to step toward you. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The day continued, but their mind remained locked on everything that happened and everything it awakened inside them. They kept reaching for their phone unconsciously, wanting to message you, call you, hear your voice, or simply feel your presence. But they are gathering the courage to reach out in a way that honors the depth of their feelings. The divine is helping them heal the wounds that were opened last night. Every moment of pain is being replaced with understanding, clarity, and emotional courage. They no longer want to run from destiny. Their heart feels lighter even though their mind is still processing the chaos. The spiritual realm is sending signs around them, guiding them toward the next step they need to take. They are beginning to understand that their connection with you is part of their soul's higher purpose. They are slowly accepting that their feelings for you were never meant to be hidden. They are meant to be lived, expressed, and embraced with honesty and bravery. Last night's fight was the final push they needed to accept this truth fully. Type Amen to get blessing 313. They are realizing that the people who tried to separate them from you were acting from fear, control, and insecurity. None of those energies are strong enough to overpower destiny. The divine has already begun removing these influences from their path. Their intuition keeps telling them that you are the one who brings peace into their spirit. You are the person whose presence feels safe, grounding, and deeply connected to their higher self. They cannot deny this any longer. The spiritual realm is preparing them to come forward with a confession that will reveal everything they have kept hidden. They are beginning to understand that vulnerability is not weakness but truth. Truth their soul has been waiting to embrace. Their heart is shifting into a new space where love becomes the guiding force instead of fear. This shift is bringing them closer to you in ways neither of you expected. The universe is aligning your paths. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They feel an overwhelming urge to break the silence between you. Their heart is tired of holding back emotions that have grown too powerful to contain. They have reached the point where staying away from you hurts more than anything else. This inner shift is becoming stronger with every hour that passes. They want to talk to you, see you, understand you, and express what has been kept hidden for too long. The spiritual realm is removing barriers that once kept them frozen. Their chest tightens when they think about the possibility of standing in front of you and finally letting their heart speak. They imagine the moment you look at them, and something inside them softens immediately. Your connection is undeniable and has become a force guiding every part of their awakening. The angels are preparing your paths to merge in divine timing. Everything that happened last night was designed to push them closer to the future written for both of you. Their soul has accepted this truth completely. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Their emotions are raw but pure, intense but sincere. They are no longer fighting their feelings. They are embracing them with a vulnerability they never allowed themselves before. The universe has opened their heart. They keep remembering the way they defended you, the way your name felt sacred in their voice. That moment revealed the depth of how much they care. They realized that protecting you felt more natural than protecting themselves. Their inner world is transforming rapidly, shifting from confusion into clarity, from resistance into surrender, from silence into truth. They are ready to confess, ready to express, ready to step into the divine connection unfolding between you. Their spirit is preparing for the moment destiny brings you together. Their love for you is awakening into something powerful, unstoppable, and deeply aligned with the purpose of their soul. Every step they take now is guided by divine intention. Nothing can break the spiritual force connecting you.